Last time, we stopped at this paragraph, the 10 recollections, which consists of the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. The next 3 recollections on morality, generosity, and potential for divine-like qualities in oneself. The last set is mindfulness of death, unattractive nature of the body, mindfulness of breathing, and recollection of peace. A discursive meditation on Nibbana. Today we are going to continue with the 4 sublime states. The 4 sublime states or divine abodes are the outwardly directed social attitudes: loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. Develop into universal radiations which are gradually extended in range until they encompass all living beings. The 4 immaterial states are the objective basis for certain deep levels of absorption. The base of infinite space, the base of infinite consciousness, the base of nothingness, and the base of neither perception nor non-perception. These become accessible as objects only to those who are already adept in concentration. The one perception is the perception of the repulsiveness of food, a discursive topic intended to reduce attachment to the pleasures of the palate. The one analysis is the contemplation of the body in terms of the 4 primary elements, already discussed in the chapter of the right mindfulness, if you can recall. Then let's go back to the list again. Yeah, all of these are talking about this list. Yeah. All the way from 10 kasinas, all 40 meditation objects. 10 kasinas, 10 unattractive objects, 10 recollections, 4 sublime states is the one that we started to read. 4 immaterial states, 1 perception, and 1 analysis. Let's go back to the paragraph. The 4 sublime states: loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. Metta, karuna, mudita, and upekkha, if you are familiar with the Pali terms. This line is very concise. What it means is that we started to, the way to develop this meditation, we start to radiate from gradually extended in range. What does this mean? We usually start from somewhere close. People around us, our family, our housemates, could be our pets too. Starts with people close to our hearts. Can be our friends, our colleagues. Starts with people we know. And then, what does it mean by gradually extending here? From our family, we start to extend to maybe our neighbor. We see them sometimes when we walk past by and we wish them loving kindness. We wish them well and happy, and we wish them to be free from suffering, for example. From your family, friends, colleagues, and then neighbors, we can start to extend again. Everyone in your block, if you stay in HDB. If you stay in condo, it's also everyone in your building. And then start to extend everyone in the whole condo. Maybe there's 4 blocks in your condo. Your whole area. Maybe if you stay in Toa Payoh, then the whole Toa Payoh, your own town. If you stay in, I don't know where you stay, Ang Mo Kio, the whole Ang Mo Kio. Slowly extend until you cover the range to whole Singapore. May the whole population of Singapore be well and happy. May the whole population of Singapore be free from suffering. Singapore, yeah, you can imagine you can start to expand again. Singapore to our neighbor country, Malaysia. May the people in Malaysia be well and happy. Indonesia, may they be well and happy. Yeah. Starts to extend the whole Southeast Asia, and then expands until the whole Asia, the whole continent, and then starts to include the continent one by one, Europe, Australia, until you cover the whole globe, the whole earth. Yeah, starts to slowly, they'll cover the whole earth. But is that all? Can we cover more? Yeah. I think in the sutta, there is also a direction of, I need to double check this, but you can also extend it upwards, yeah, to the heavenly beings. May the heavenly beings be well and happy. Yeah. May they be free from suffering, even though we know they are much happier than us. But of course, there is still an element of suffering. They are not liberated yet. Yeah, not just extending upwards, but you can also extend downwards. Who is downwards? The beings in the lower realms, yeah? The beings in hell realms, and also beings in the ghost realms, the asura realms. Yeah. May they be well and happy. May they be free from suffering. Yeah, until you encompass all living beings in all realms. This is in brief how to do these 4 meditations. Yeah, the 4 immaterial states are objective basis for certain deep levels of absorption, base of infinite space, base of infinite consciousness, the base of nothingness, and the base of neither perception nor non-perception. For now, we will leave it like this first because there is no further explanation given. So we will revisit when appropriate. And these objects are accessible only for those who are adept, who are very expert in meditation. This one is probably the one that we can use, especially me, because I really like to explore food around the town. The one perception is the perception of repulsiveness of food, a discursive topic intended to reduce attachment to the pleasures of the palate. Spell this. Palate. Okay.
Palate.
Palate. Okay, yeah. It should be spelled palate. A person's ability to distinguish between and appreciate different flavors. There is one explanation by Bhikkhu Bodhi in a clip on Majjhima Nikaya. I will find that and I will show you next time to explain about this repulsiveness of food. The one analysis is the contemplation of the body in terms of the 4 primary elements already discussed in Right Mindfulness, the previous chapter. Okay, that's about it for the list of the meditation objects. Okay, this is quite a long paragraph. Who would like to read? How about Sister Xinghui?
When such a variety of meditation subjects is presented, the aspiring meditator without a teacher might be perplexed as to which to choose. The manuals divided the 40 subjects according to their suitability for different personality types. Thus, the unattractive objects and the contemplation of the parts of the body are judged to be most suitable for a lustful type. The meditation on loving kindness to be best for a hating type. The meditation on qualities of the triple gems to be most effective for a devotional type, etc. But for practical purposes, the beginner in the meditation can generally be advised to start with a simple subject that helps reduce discursive thinking. Mental distraction caused by restlessness and scattered thoughts is a common problem faced by persons of all different character types. Thus, a meditator of any temperament can benefit from a subject which promotes a slowing down and stilling of the thought process. The subject generally recommended for its effectiveness in clearing the mind of stray thoughts is mindfulness of breathing, which can therefore be suggested as the subject most suitable for most beginners as well as veterans seeking a direct approach to deep concentration. Once the mind settles down and one's thought pattern becomes easier to notice, one might then make use of other subjects to deal with special problems that arise. The meditation on loving kindness may be used to counteract anger and ill will, mindfulness of the bodily parts to weaken sensual lust, the recollection of Buddha to inspire faith and devotion, the meditation on death to arouse a sense of urgency, the ability to select the subject appropriate to the situation requires skill, but this skill evolves through practice, often through simple trial and error experimentation.
Thanks, Singhui, for reading this long paragraph. But I think it's a good one. The paragraph is a good paragraph explaining on why are there so many meditation subjects, but there are purposes to it. Because some people have different temperaments, different personality types, different level of obstacles that they are having. Some people have a lot of aversions, a lot of hating. Some people have lust to be overcome, and some people prefer the devotional type. So that is why, okay, if you see this line, if you are lustful, then you can start with unattractiveness objects and contemplation of the parts of the body. If you are hating type, every time you meet people, you want to slap their face. Probably meditation on loving kindness is suitable for you. If you're a devotional type, every time you see the statue of the Buddha, feels so heartwarming, feels so peaceful. Yeah. So meditation on the qualities of the triple gem is suitable for you. Yeah. This is usually probably would be recommended to my mom. Devotional type. But if you don't want any headache, you don't want to think so much, so many meditation objects, which one to choose? For practical purposes, you can always choose mindfulness of breathing. And this is always the go-to subject, the easiest one, and it's always available to you. You're always breathing, unless someday you're not. Okay. The reason mindfulness of breathing can work because it can deal with restlessness and scattered thoughts. Yeah. Do you all have this restlessness, scattered thoughts during meditation? I see some nods. Yeah. Okay. Thus, a meditator of any temperament can always benefit from the subject of slowing down and stilling down of this distracting thoughts. Yeah, so we don't know what to choose, can always go back to mindfulness of breathing. Yeah, this one is just a repeat of the previous lines of this one. It elaborates a little bit further. Meditation on loving kindness may be used to counteract anger and ill will, mindfulness of the bodily parts to weaken sensual lust, recollection of the Buddha to inspire faith and devotion. Meditation, I think this one is an add-on to the first one. Meditation on death to arouse a sense of urgency. This is perhaps something that I should try as well, because on some days I do feel the lack of urgency, like, I'm still have so many years to live. Maybe this time I should enjoy myself. So this one is probably suitable for me. By the way, that is a wrong thinking. It's not encouraged. Yeah, the way to think that I have many years to live is a wrong one. Yeah. The ability to select the subject appropriate to the situation requires skill, but this skill evolves through practice, often through simple trial and error experimentation. So the point here is, I think, know yourself, know your weakness, which one you're good at, which one you think you need to overcome. By knowing yourself, you know what to do. Yeah, if you know you have a lot of hate, a lot of aversion inside you, then you know what to correct. When you know what to correct, you want to correct your anger and ill will, then based on the text, you can try meditation on loving kindness. Yeah. So starts from where you are. Everyone is different. Yeah? Some people don't have much aversion, but they probably a little bit they have other hindrances, maybe dullness and drowsiness, sleepiness. Yeah, you can start from there. Yeah, you can try both worldly approach in case of sleepiness. You can try having enough sleep. That one is one of the primary requirements. Yeah, not always have to resort to spiritual practice. Yeah, start from worldly. Have enough sleep. Have a good sleep. Stay away from your phone. Stay away from your screen when you sleep. Yeah, that is also helpful to make sure you have an adequate amount of sleep and a good quality of sleep. These two are important. You can also try to get more active, go out there and maybe do some running. Yeah. Recently, I have been doing my own sprinting as well. I go to the track nearby in Toa Payoh Stadium, and then I start to sprint around the long track. In the long stretch, I start to sprint. When I have to do a U-turn, I walk, and then in the long stretch, I sprinted again until 10 stretches. Then I stop. And you will see a common pattern here, especially during this time, January. Wow, the tracks will be full of people, the gyms will be full of people. Yeah. Well, if you're motivated by the calendar, well, probably it will not last that long. And you will see near the year end, the tracks and the gyms are all empty. Yeah. So try to find an inner motivation on why you want to do an exercise instead of just when the calendar suits one number, everyone starts to become motivated. Yeah. At least that's what I observe. Any comments or questions from any of you?
So can I ask,
Yes.
since this paragraph, they listed some examples of different personality type and the type of meditation, then are there any sutta or anywhere else that lists like they will recommend, they will match what kind of meditation? Are there such a list available anywhere? Yeah.
That's a good question. I think there should be, but I need to find out. Yeah, I will check. Yeah, I will do some homework and then I will let you know. That's a good question. But are you talking about the whole 40 objects or some of them?
I'm not sure if there's such a list available, because since they can recommend certain kind of personality to certain type of meditation, so I'm sure there's not just this few type, right? So are there such a list available? Yeah, so that people can try, yeah, based on their personality type. Yeah.
That's a good question. From what I can recall, there is like some sutta here and there, but it's not like the whole 40 list countering the other whole 40 list compiled all neatly in one sutta. Yeah, it's probably taken from this sutta and then taken from other sutta and then taken from another sutta, and then they are like compiled together by other person. Yeah. I will read more and I will find out and I will let you know if I find the references. That's a very good question. Anyone else? Okay, if not, then let's do a dedication. 愿消三障诸烦恼，愿得智慧真明了，普愿罪障悉消除，世世常行菩萨道。阿弥陀佛。Till we meet again, may we be guided by the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have a sublime Sunday ahead. Thanks, everyone. It's good to see you all. I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you, Marcel. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.